Hello again and welcome dito sa ating next video. So ito yung continuation ng ating discussion with regards to Microsoft Office. So doon sa previous topic natin, we talk about Microsoft Word. And I believe nag-enjoy tayo doon because we see it in actual. Talagang may implementation tayo. And I just hope na kayo din sa end nyo ay nag-practice din. I hope sinundan nyo yung ginawa nating demonstration. So ngayon nag-level up tayo ng kaunti. Kaunti lang naman. Level up kasi we'll be touching another platform called Microsoft Office Excel. So this is another useful platform, especially to those who are dealing with numbers. Di ba no? If you're an accountant or a CPA, something like that, or even teachers, yung mga teachers natin are using SF 1 to 10 or school forms 1 to 10. So yung SF natin, fixed na kasi yun eh. May mga predefined formulas na yun eh. All you have to do is to put the raw data, then let the instruction ng Excel do the computation, right? Pero it's still nice to know how things work in Excel. And I'm pretty sure na meron na kayong idea about Excel. At hayaan yung i-refresh ko kayo doon or hoping na baka makadagdag ako ng kaunting kaalaman sa atin. Without further ado, let's continue sa ating Microsoft Excel lessons. This is still Jay and I'll be your instructor for this video. Alright, so start tayo sa basic. Ano yung una natin? Flash fill for quick data formatting. Isa sa mga magandang use cases nito ay if you are doing something na merong pattern. Ang kagandahan kay Excel ay siya ay sobrang talino na kaya niya i-identify yung usage pattern mo and do it for you automatically. Ito ay mabisa pag ikaw ay nag-workout usually sa mga text or mga string. When we say string, ito ay combinations ng characters. Your name is an example ng string, kumbaga. So ito yung, we have a sample data dito. Ito yung mga pangalan. No. What if sabi ng boss mo, naku, babaguhin natin yung formatting ng pangalan kasi na-encode mo siya ng mali yung kanyang structure. Ang gusto ko ay una ang apelyido, then yung kanyang given name na. Pero ang apelyido dapat lahat naka-capital letters. Yun ang sabi ng ating boss. Tedious naman sa part natin kung every now and then magta-type tayo ng okay, Carter, tapos may kama pang ganyan, tapos Ethan, then mag-enter ka, then isa-isa ito. Just imagine if you have 200, 300 rows na kailangan i-work out, baka abutin yung maghapon mo, yun lang ang nagawa mo. Right? But, so like I said, Excel is intelligent enough to capture ano yung gusto mong pattern sa ginagawa mo. Ang tawag doon is flash fill. So, for example, just give instruction kay Excel na eto yung gusto ko gawin. Gawa ka ng pattern. So, kunwari ganito. Ay, sorry. So, Bennett, comma. I'm just trying to enter at least yung dalawa. Ito yung gusto mong gawin. Then, i-highlight mo lang siya. Ganyan. Then, punta ka dito sa data tab, right here. And then, you look for flash fill. I-click lang natin to. Boom! Meron na kagad siya. At meron siyang spell dito, yung names. Kukunin niya kasi yan. But it's okay. You can simply delete that and proceed. Tingnan mo. Naka-capital letter, pero yung kanyang source, di naman naka-capital letter. At sinundan niya yung ginawa mong dalawang instructions kanina. Right? Yung ginawa mo. So, flash fill. Maybe could save your your time, di ba? If you are trying to restructure yung mga pangalan ng ating mga estudyante. Parang ganyan. Very basic but yet effective. Okay, move forward tayo. Next is the name range. I would like to discuss this together with the referencing with common functions. Medyo maganda kasi yung integration ng dalawa eh. So name ranges for readable formulas. Anong ibig sabihin nito? We can define names for cells or ranges. 'Di ba sa Excel, di naman pag nag-click ka ng isang cell, meron siyang binibigay na coordinates like the combination of columns and rows. Anong ibig sabihin nun? Di ba, example, this is Excel. Nag-click ako dito sa part na to. Paano mo lalaman kung ano yung name ng cell na ito? Well, we can simply check the name box. It's right here. Name box, right? It's H8. Ibig sabihin, it's a combination of columns tapos yung intersection ng rows. So, eto yon. So, H8. right? So, pero yung H8, H7, or whatever may mga ka dyan, ranges ka dyan, di naman siya ganun ka-descriptive sa atin. Mas maganda sana kung pag sinabi mo na names of students or names, dapat alam mo yung common na lang na, I'm talking about this particular column. Position, ito yon. So, mas maganda kung we can put descriptive labels dun sa cell or cells na nandito sa atin sa Excel. Let me try to demonstrate para mas maintindihan po natin. Before I add that, like I said, I'm going to merge yung discussion natin sa name range and saka dito sa referencing now. So, gusto ko muna umpisahan dito. Notice in my Excel workbook, I have here first sheet called data source. We are in data management. I have here data management naman na sheet. Ano kaya kung sabi ng boss mo? Ilipat mo nga yung mga pangalan dyan ng mga estudyante natin. Lipat mo to. Ilagay mo siya dito sa part na to. Pero gusto ko dynamic. Dynamic in a sense na if merong estudyante na idagdag or na ibawas, dapat automatically mag-a-adjust din yung records natin. Parang ganun ba? So it's called referencing. Well, usually, what they do is ganito. Example, in this particular part ng column natin, ilalagay yung first entry. Let me adjust yung kanyang size. Alright, so what they usually do is they put equal sign. No, it's called referencing. Pretty much basic. And then you go ahead and click here. Tapos ito yung ginagawa ng iba. They can simply highlight. Ganyan. Di ba? And then they hit enter from the keyboard. At meron naman talaga, boom. Right? Meron naman talaga nakalagay. So, sabi doon is pag nag-create ng, let me zoom this para mas zoom in natin. So, if they create changes dito, so sabihin natin naging instead of Mau, naging Maureen. So, carry over na yan sa part na to. Ay, iba pala yung nagamit natin. Ito pala yun. Maureen. So, carry over na siya sa part dito. Right? Maureen, Eva. Pero what if you added another name? So let me add my name dito instead. So J. Rivera. Enter tayo. Well, hindi siya makakapture. Pwede mo sabihin, sir, extend mo yung equal sign, tapos i-anticipate mo na yung yung iba. Right, ina-extend daw. So equal sign dito, tapos ina-extend ganyan. 'Di ba? O nag-error tayo, spill. So, sige sir, ulitin mo lang naman, gawin naman yung kadali. O sige, let me remove this. Just to give you guys all the use cases. Equal sign, okay, balik tayo dito. And then, sige sir, i-extend mo lang po para at least ma-anticipate na yung ibang mga pangalan in the future. 'Di ba ganun yung sinasabi sa atin? Okay, sure, why not? We hit enter. Yes, nakuha natin yung J. Rivera, 'di ba? And if we added another name dito, let's say Jose Rizal, then we hit enter, of course, nakuha natin yan. But meron siyang problema. Ano to? Na mga zero zero dito. Di naman siya ganun kaganda tingnan. Di po ba? So, subukan natin to ayusin. Ano bang dapat ginagawa dito? Yung equal sign, that could work, pero hindi siya ang proper way. Let me highlight that and remove. So, ano ginagawa natin? Guys, very simple lang. I-click natin yung cell kung saan gusto natin makopya yung data from the other sheet. Of course, we have to hit enter. But this time, let's go back here. I'm going to click all the columns. Yung C mismo, yung all columns, i-click natin. I-highlight natin lahat. Right? And then we go ahead and hit enter. Lumabas lahat. Kaya lang sasabihin mo na naman, sir, what happened? Endless na yung zero mo. Akala ko ba, dapat malinis siya. Well, do not worry. May magic yan. And the magic starts with a dot. Dot, D-O-T. Dito, alam ko na ito yung column na C, right? Ito yon. So, if I click here, I hope guys you're seeing my screen, and I put dot, the power of dot, just one dot, then I hit enter. Boom. Wala na. Nawala yung leading zero niya. Right? Then if I add another name dito, sabihin natin Andres Macapagal. Yan. We hit enter. And yes, it will be carried out. So all na nakalagay natin dito, guys, I'm just using dummy data to expedite our discussion. We go back here, and yes, carry over na yan. Di ba mas malinis? Diba? Anong ginawa natin? We just add a dot. Period lang. Diba? At naging dynamic na yung ating data. We can remove, ikaw, wala ka na, nag-drop ka na, o ganyan-ganyan. So, we're going to remove that or nag-transfer ka na to other school. We go ahead and do that at mag-a-adjust din yung data natin. O ano, life-changing yan. Di ba? So, ang iba, they're using equal sign, but this time, with just the power of that. Guys, just a disclaimer. Maybe on your end, dun sa Excel na ginagamit nyo, hindi mag-work yung dot. If ganun yung case natin, it means na hindi pa naka-roll out yung update na yun dun sa version ng Excel na ginagamit mo. But if you are using the latest version ng Excel, I'm talking about 2023 and updated version yan, or maybe if you're using Microsoft 365, then that will work. Meron pa siyang kapartner. Yung kung hindi masyado comfortable yung boss mo, ano ba yung ginagawa mo dyan? That na yan, hindi ko naiintindihan. Well, we can remove the dot. Tapos we can change this to a function. Yung can you remember yung pinakita ko sa yung isang function dito? Common functions, may trim range na nakalagay, right? So, subukan natin. So, I will remove the dot from here. Then, I'm gonna put here the trim range. So, trim range. Pretty much parang parehas lang naman yung ginagawa. But eto ay medyo organized. Kung baga, kasi yung, like I said, mas maganda basahin yung formula, mas maganda. We go ahead and do trim range. Okay, ano nangyari? Oh, sorry about that. Ano natin to? Puntahan natin naman to. Okay, and we hit enter. Trim, wrong spelling wrong. Range. So, yan. Meron ka na. So, trim range. So, naandyan din siya. Para sa yung ginagawa niya, if you add another data, mag-a-adjust din naman yun sa atin. So, ganyan. So, meron ka rin. Right? Trim range. So, yan. Ano pang pwedeng gawin? Like I said, mas maganda kung yung ating formula is readable. Right now kasi, we are using data, source, ano to, exclamation, C, colon C. Hindi to masyado readable sa atin. Right? So, ano kaya kung merong way na pwede natin ayusin yung mga pangalan dito? Doon pumapasok yung discussion natin about dito sa name ranges. Anong ibig sabihin yan? Etong particular part ng ating formula, pwede ko siya palitan ng more descriptive name na naiintindihan natin or mas naiintindihan natin. Paano ba yan? I'll go back sa aking data source. I'm going to highlight this, ganyan-ganyan, kasi ito yung gusto ko palitan. Then I can go to formulas. Nasa formulas tab po tayo. Then you have here the name manager. I-click lang po natin yung name manager. Click. So we can define new name. It's right here. Then I'll give you a name. Sabihin ko, sino ba to? Mga teachers ko yan. So teachers. Ayan, ayusin natin. Teachers. Teachers, ayun, teachers na lang sa atin. Then, we go ahead and click here kung ano yung ni-refer natin. Then, we go ahead and click the whole column, letter C. Yan. Then, we click Save. Okay na yan. I-close na natin. Then, we can go back here. This is our formula, right? Hindi naman siya affected. But we can change, actually, yung name natin dito into something na more descriptive. So hit enter and notice wala namang nabago. But look at the formula. This is now more readable. I don't know guys if you're seeing this, but i-zoom natin para mas makita nyo. So yan. Ano yung kanya? Trim range teachers na. So, I think kung merong someone na gusto mag-debug or mag-edit nito, it's gonna be self-explanatory because, yeah, there you go, it's descriptive. Instead ng combinations of columns and rows. It's called uh, name manager. So, ganun yung ginagawa natin. We can do this sa kahit isang cell or adjacent cells, you can do it. Pwede pong ganyan. Now, adding to that, what if sabi mo ng boss mo? Kasi yung boss mo medyo stricto yun sa mga formatting natin. Itong mga pangalan na yan, gusto ko, tawag dito, ihiwalay mo ang first name tapos last name. O, ihiwalay daw natin. So, kung eto, Carter, isa-separate natin. O, sige. Yes, sir. Siyempre, wala ka namang choice. So, we can use another formula called split text. Split text lang naman. So, ano ba yon? Try natin dito kung baka mag-work. Split text. And then, ah, parang mali. Text split ata. Parang baliktad yung sinabi ko. Text split. There you go. So, text split, I will just click this, tapos comma, and then ano yung nagse-separate dun sa dalawang words na yon? In this case, space. Paano ko nasabi na space? Kasi yung Ethan space Carter. Right? We go ahead and close that. We hit enter, and there you go. Ethan and Carter. And you can simply drag this para makuha din natin yung ibang information. How's that? Di ba no, ang baka ang iba niyan ang gagawin, pa isa-isa pa mag-type. Well, sabi nga sa Bicol, kung mahigos ka, sige, pero kung gusto mo naman mas mabilis yung trabaho, eto, meron naman tayong ganitong style. Alright. So, okay na. Then, let's call this text split. Another one is, paano kung sabi ng teacher na ng boss natin is gusto ko malaman ilan ba yung teacher 1, teacher 2, master teacher 1, master teacher 2. And of course, in this particular example, ang bilis bilangin lang naman yan, di ba? Kasi kaunti pa lang naman. But what if you are handling like uh, 80 or 100 or more teachers, right? And then you want to figure out, ilan ba yung teacher 1 ko? Ilan ba yung teacher 2 ko? Ilan ba yung MT1 ko? MT ko, and so on and so forth. That's very simple. So, dito tayo pupunta, sabihin ko, teacher 1, bibilangin ko kasi yung teacher 2, yung aking teacher 3, yung aking MT1, at yung aking MT2. Then you want to put the values dito sa baba dito. Guys, yung formatting ko nilang mag-improve niyan. I'm just trying to give you guys how to use formulas para mas ma-expedite natin yung ating trabaho. Alright, so teacher 1. Ilan bang teacher 1 dito? So, we can use the function count if, and then we open parenthesis kasi nga function siya. And then first nasabi dito, asan yung range na paghahanapan ko? Asan yung source? In this case, ang source mo po ay yung position. I'm clicking guys the whole column. So yan yung position mo, yan yung source mo. Go back here sa ating formula. I'm here in formula tab. Ano yung gusto mong hanapin? Ano yung hahanapin ko, sorry. I can put comma to separate that, and I can simply click this cell. I-click ko yung cell na yan. Ang iba ang ginagawa ay nakalagay sa double quotation, pag string, ganyan, tapos they go ahead and put the value. Parang nawala. Ulitin natin. Count, count if, I'm sorry about that, guys. So count if, we go ahead and click here, and then we click all the columns. We go back here, and then, ano ba? Okay, yan yan. Pumupunta kasi dun yung data. So, we go back here, put comma, then back tayo dito sa source natin, then I will be clicking this teacher 1. Then we close that, then we hit enter. At nabilang natin automatically may 11. Right? May 11 siya. Then we can do this with a teacher 2. Ulitin natin. Paano ba 'yon? I-zoom natin para mas makita siguro. So, equal sign, count if you are counting specific sabi nating value if the condition is this, kaya meron siyang if. First niyan is, ang first argument niya is ano yung source. So the source is this one, etong column na ito. Kasi may hahanapin ka dyan. Right? And ano yung hahanapin ko? So ang hahanapin mo, lagyan ko ng kama, etong hahanapin mo, teacher 2. Lahat ng teacher 2 entry doon, bilangin mo, ibigay mo sa akin. Then, meron tayong dalawa. At yung teacher 3, MT1, MT2, ibigay ko na yon sa inyo. Sige nga, subukan nyo nga i-check kung talagang mahanap mo yon. So, yan. Yan yung paggamit ng count if. Pero notice nyo, parang ang formula natin parang ang gulo. Right? Hindi ko siya maintindihan ng part na to. So, we can apply yung ating ginamit kanina na name. Yung yung tawag doon, yung name range, yung name manager, kung baga, yan na yan. So, what we can do is we can highlight this naman. Itong gusto kasi bigyan ng pangalan. And then, I can go ahead and click formulas, we have name manager right here, and I'll create a new one. Create new, this time sabihin ko, ito ay positions or designations, kayo nang bahala doon. I-click ko to, so yan na yan. You can put comment if you want, but I'll be going to save this. So positions, yan yung kanyang pangalan. So dito, sige, isolve ko yung teacher tree. Equal sign, count if, since alam ko na yung pangalan nun, I can simply point that, positions. Right? So ito yun, lumabas na siya. Then, comma dito, ang gawin click this one. So, I close that, then I hit enter, at yun, meron ka na. Nakuha niya, dalawa ang teacher tree mo. Let's try to verify that. Ilan yung teacher tree? 1, 2, dalawa lang talaga. So, tama naman. But this time, look at your formula. It's now cleaner, more readable as compared to what we had dito kanina. So, yun ang kagandahan dun sa name manager with combinations ng mga common Excel formulas. Right. Exciting, di ba? Ang sarap nito gamitin, guys. Go ahead and i-practice natin ito. Okay. So, moving forward. So, tapos na tayo dito sa flash fail. We talk about name ranges. We talk about referencing. So, di ba, yung power of dot, the time rate, the trim range, the countif, and that's the text split. Hindi yan split text, it's text split. And we go ahead and talk about pivot table. Pivot table. Now, so kagandahan dito sa pivot table ay if you have um, maraming data na parang ganito, ang tapos gusto mo mag-make sense ng data na ito. Just imagine kung ito yung teachers mo or students, something like that, and then you want to make sense nito, create an insight about this, ano bang for your better or sounding decision, pero nahihirapan ka, paano ko ba ito i-work out? Well, you have how many entry dito? You have 1,000 data entries, right? It's right here. So, papaano mo siya aayusin? So, diyan pumapasok si pivot table. Pivot. Now, so what we can do, the requirements for pivot table is dapat yung data mo is in table kasi nga pivot table din siya. So, to instantly convert this data into a table, we just simply press on our keyboard, Control, then T. Control T. Magpapap tong dialog box na to. So you have to select kung meron kayong table headers or wala. In my case, meron akong table headers na nakalagay. So I'm going to take this part. Then we click OK. And there you go. Meron ka ng table. If you're not comfortable with this design, Excel gonna offer you other designs that fits your needs or to your own sake, kumbaga. So hanapin natin lang naman dito. But in my case, stick na ako dyan. Yeah, before I dive into pivot table, I would like to give some of the functionalities na meron yung isang table. No. Dito, notice what's added ay meron siyang drop down. This drop down right here will gonna help you filter out the data na meron kayo dito. So in this example, I have two types of ano to, launch. So free, reduce, or standard. By default, nakatick yan. But kung gusto ko ipakita lang yung free, i-uncheck ko lang tong standard, we can go okay, mag-a-adjust na yung table natin. So that's one thing that you can do with the table. No, and I can simply bring it all together. Right. O hindi yan ang discussion natin. Segue lang, kung baga. Now, pivot table. So if you click this and you have insert right here, insert tab, you have a pivot table. Going to click this. Guys, I just click anywhere dito sa loob ng table natin. So, ang name niyan is table 1. By default kasi first table natin. Then, may isang option dito. Saan mo ba gusto ilagay yung pivot table? New worksheet? Ibig sabihin, gagawa siya ng panibagong sheet dito. Or dito mismo sa existing sheet na ito. But once you select this, you have to locate kung saan siya maglalagay. Kung saan siya ilalagay. So, in my case, gusto ko para mas malinis, dito ko na ilagay sa new worksheet. Alright. So, we click OK. Lumabas na naman to. Okay lang yan. Huwag mag-overthink. Mabilis na naman to gamitin. So, yung pivot table is i-arrange na yan. So, ngayon, tanong, ano bang gusto mong malaman? Sabi ni pivot table ngayon. Well, gusto ko malaman kung ilan ba yung based on the gender, Gusto ko makita kung ilan ang ang score nila sa math, reading, and writing. So, based sa gender. So, notice here, nagkakaroon ka ng sum. Nagkakaroon ng computation. Di ba? So, for female, i-zoom natin para mas makita. So, for female, yung sum of math score is this number. Then for male is this number, for reading, for writing, this data. Di ba? Automatic na. Kung ito gagamitan mo ito ng formula, gagamit ka pa dito ng sum if or sum ifs, yung sum if s, no, gagamit ka pa sa dyan. So medyo tedious pa, though doable, but quicker naman pag ganitong ginagawa mo. You have the option. Then, kung gusto mo padagdagan to, more complexity, isama mo na rin yung kanilang parental level of education. So, ilagay natin dito, i-group natin. So, you have something like this. 'Di ba? Na naka-separate by female or by gender, tapos meron ka pang total. You have the math, you have the reading, you have the writing, na andyan yung total nila for each parental level of education. And you can see it right there. So, this is more descriptive, right? So, you can select as many as you want dito sa gusto mong gawin, di ba? I-adjust mo lang naman siya dito. Now, on how to remove naman entry dito? Gusto ko tanggalin yung gender. So, we click that, then we drag outside. Then, mawawala na siya. Right? So, gender, gusto ko nandun siya sa column. E di, i-drag mo dito sa column, mag-a-appear naman yan. So, naka-group na yan dyan, oh. Female, male, female, male. Or you can also rearrange it something like this para mas malinaw. Naka-group naman siya by parental level of education, and then sa loob nun, naka-nested naman kung male or female. Ganun siya kaganda. Depende kung ano yung appetite nyo in terms of information presentation. Or you can arrange it, yung parang kanina, eto, i-drag ko lang siya sa baba para mas maganda yung presentation mo. 'Di ba? Pivot table, 'di ba? So you can now create insight from this data na meron ka. And the good thing about pivot table is you can add also pivot charts or other components na nadun sa table, sa pivot. I-click ko lang itong pivot table na ito. I have here pivot analyze wherein I can put slicer. Ano yung slicer para mas ma-narrow down mo yung mga gusto mo ng mga data, or I can add also pivot chart. So dito. So let's say gawa ko ng chart pili tayo dito. Parang maganda to tingnan, 3D, uh, or this one. I don't know about you guys, pero pili na lang kayo dito. In my case, ito yung gusto ko gawin. So i-place ko na siya dito. Ganyan. Yung formatting, hindi ko na ito ipapasok sa discussion natin today. Pero I'm sure you can do it naman on your own. So ito siya, yung ating chart. And then, I can add some slicers, yung parang pang filter. So what we can do is, I'm going to go ahead and click, i-click ulit sa table. Then I go ahead and click dito sa Analyze. I have here Insert Slicer. I-click natin. Maganda to. Pipiliin mo lang anong gusto mong slicer or sabihin natin filters. In my case, I want to select gender and then parental education. Ito yung gusto kong piliin. But you can select as many as you want na available dito. We click OK. Meron akong dalawang slicer. So, this is my first slicer. Dilitan ko lang siya. This is my second slicer. I'm going to place it something right here. And then, i-kan lang natin. Adjust para mas maganda. And then, what I will do is para mas maganda siya tingnan, tatanggalin ko yung kanyang grid lines. I am from dito sa view tab, i-uncheck ko na itong grid lines to make it something like this, right? Parang, wow, parang system, no? And then the good thing about this, since you have a slicer, is you can now make navigation dito sa data mo using these. So for example, gusto ko malaman ang mga female, notice nag-adjust, under the master's degree. And you have the data. Well, gusto ko rin malaman yung sa male. So you have the data, but this time, bachelor's degree naman. Then you have the data. Associate degree. What if you want to combine? Gusto ko male, pero combination ng associate's degree and master's degree. We simply click this right here. Click natin. Then we go ahead and select yung multiple data na kailangan mo. How's that? Diba? Kung gusto mo na siya ibalik, i-click mo lang tong filter out dito para bumalik siya sa kanyang original na state. So this way, with this presentation, with the data in front of you, you can now create insights, a sounding decision, di ba? Kung anong pwede mong gawin in this particular situation. So this is Pivot Table. My name is Jay and see you sa ating next video.